Training proves to be the key ingredient to handling any disaster. Hello everyone, we are here to discuss what are the things we need to do before, during, and after an earthquake. But first, let us learn what are the definition and causes of earthquake.
An earthquake refers to the both sudden slip on a fault. It is the shaking of the surface of the earth resulting from the sudden release of energy in the earth's lithosphere that creates seismic waves. Now let us know what are the causes of earthquakes.
One of the causes of earthquake are volcanic eruptions, when boiling lava with great pressure of gas tries to break through the surface of the earth. Certain movements causing the earth crust. Movement of lava beneath the surface of the earth can also cause certain disruptions. This may send shock waves through the earth, causing ground shaking or earthquake.
The surface of the earth consists of some plates that always moving, thus affecting the earth's crust, so tectonic plates movements might also cause earthquake. These movements categorize into three types: constructive, destructive, and conservative.
The interference of man with nature can also become a cause of earthquake. One of the most popular man-made cause of it are nuclear bombing. It can send a specific type of shock waves throughout the surface of the earth, which can destroy the alignment of tectonic plates. Mining can also cause disturbance due to the extensive removal of rocks from different lands and coastal areas.
Last but not the least, landslide, avalanches, collapsing of heavy rocks, etc. can also cause minor earthquakes. The gases in the surface of the earth contract and expand, giving rise to the movements in plates beneath the crust. The earthquake might occur due to the adjustment in the rock beds in the interior of the earth's crust. But keep in your mind that sometimes this can also vary to moderate earthquakes.
Now, let's find out what are the effects of earthquakes. One of the major effects of this calamity are the ground shaking or the rock underground suddenly breaks along the fault. The sudden release of energy may cause seismic waves that can make the ground shake. The intensity of ground shaking depends on the geological makeup of the ground, the duration and the intensity of earthquake, and the proximity of the area to the epicenter.
Next is liquefaction. This may happen when the seismic shaking causes loose materials in the soil to mix with groundwater or soil saturated with water. Eventually, the soil behaves like a quicksand that has lost its strength to hold and support objects on top of it. In effect, the structures on the ground will slowly sink and cause destructions.
Tsunami are also possible if the earthquake strikes. It is a Japanese word, means harbor wave, or a series of waves that are generated by a sudden displacement on the ocean floor caused by a large-scale undersea landslide, volcanic eruptions, explosions, or earthquake.
There are always dangerous effects when a calamity strikes in our town. To be safe and survive, we must follow some restriction, precaution, and safety measures.
Now let us know what are the things to do before an earthquake. Number 1. Secure furniture so it will not fall over or fall down. Number 2. Plant safety measures to avoid injuries. Number 3. Always be ready to extinguish fire. Number 4. Discuss emergency planning with your family. Number 5. Keep informed about disasters. And number 6. Prepare a survival kit.
Learn what to do in an earthquake. Imagine this, you're going about your daily business, working at the office, driving to the store, or walking in your neighborhood, when suddenly the ground beneath you starts moving. After the initial surprise, you realize you're in an earthquake.
If you were inside a home or building during an earthquake, first things first, if you feel an earthquake, resist the urge to run outside. Here in the Philippines, modern buildings are designed to withstand large earthquakes, but windows can shatter onto the street below, and exterior masonry may fall off as well.
What would you do during an earthquake if you are outside? In that case, get away from trees and power lines. as well as building, which likely won't fall but may drop debris on you. If you can shelter in place, do so. As long as possible, stay where you are, but it depends upon in the situation like in the first stated scene.
Now, let's proceed to the things that we must do after an earthquake.
Number 1. Stay alert for aftershocks. According to the expert, aftershocks can continuously last for weeks, months, or even years. Typically, the larger the main shock, the larger and more numerous the aftershock, and the longer they will continue. Number 2. Make sure you and your family are unharmed. If anyone is injured, provide first aid as best as you can and contact the authorities in case of medical emergency. Number 3. Monitor the latest local news and radio for emergency information. Don't use the phone unless it's an emergency, since you could tie up the lines needed for emergency response. Number 4. Do not try to use matches and light it up or turn on the light switches until you're sure that there are no gas leaks or flammable liquids spilled.
If you're caught in an aftershock, number 1, stay calm. Number 2, if you're indoors, don't go outside. Stay away from windows and doors. Number 3, if you're outdoors, stay in an open area away from power lines or anything that might fall.
Now, we already learned about earthquakes and what are the things that we must do before, during, and after an earthquake. Stay safe, guys!